Hey everybody, welcome to my channel, Permission to Live in the End. Just wanted to stop by and go live for just a couple of minutes and share something with you that I remembered. I believe it was last week. And I said, oh, got to stop by my channel and share this. And it turns out, as I am starting to share what I'm about to share with you or what I remembered, that I said, oh my goodness, I have a lot of work-related manifestations that I talk about, but this is just something I remembered. So I said I have to stop by and share it with you. So this was years ago, but it just came back to my remembrance, and I share through practical stories and examples so that you know. The title of this particular live is called Your Assumptions Are Creating Your Reality. And feel free to say something to me in the chat if something resonates with you about what I'm saying, or even after the video is over, feel free to make whatever comments. So this was years ago. And what was happening, I believe, at that time was that I had been out of work for a little while because I had started having my babies, and I was getting ready to go back into the workforce. I have always been in the healthcare industry, and so I decided I was going to go back into the healthcare industry at this particular time. And I had always been in administrative type positions. Um, so I started to create my resume, put my feelers out to go back into the healthcare industry in an administrative type capacity as like an office manager, because that tended to be the capacity that I was in at that particular time. So when I went to put my resume out, I had a particular dollar amount in my head as to what I was thinking I was worth at that time, because I had been out of work for a little while and I really didn't know, what was going on with the salary range, at that time. But it felt kind of scary to me because I was like, I don't really know what's going on. I'll put this particular dollar figure out and see what happens. And guys, I was not getting any bites on my resume. And I mean, I had a lot of experience. So I really could not understand what's going on. Why am I not getting any bites, regarding this resume? So I started to put my feelers out and look to see what the going, general range was regarding an office manager with the type of experience that I had. And I started to notice that the dollar figure was a lot higher than what I had put myself out there for. Well, because this is called the assumptions that you have are creating your reality, I had to weed through and pay attention to what my assumptions were at the time regarding what I thought I was worthy of making in order to make the jump from what I was thinking to what the current market was saying, what they were saying. So anyway, I said, okay, oh my goodness. And it was like, oh, okay, I am going to make the jump by, I think it was something like, if I recall correctly, it was about $4,000 that I was getting ready to make this jump from what I was thinking to what the market was saying. But still, it doesn't matter what the market's saying if you're thinking, oh my goodness, how's this going to go? So anyway, I changed my resume to say what, the new figure was going to be, which was about $4,000 more than what I was saying. And I started to get bites immediately. So what I had done was I had priced myself out, or when people were looking at my resume, they were probably thinking, well, you have all this experience, but your dollar figure is so low, something's off with that. You know what I mean? But I was not keyed into this. So I had no clue that this is what was happening. So anyway, went up about $4,000, started getting bites immediately on my resume. And then, okay, there was a particular healthcare organization that I liked, you know, how it looked. It seemed like it was going to be a perfect fit for me. Went and sat down and did the interview with this company, and they offered me even more than what I said. They offered me even more than what I said. So I'm sitting there holding on to the seat, like trying not to jump out of my skin because of what they said. But I just wanted to stop by and share this short live. I'm not going to be here all day running this into the ground. But I think I have another video on this channel that talks about the assumptions. So I'm going to put this along with that as far as being in the playlist. But I am here to encourage you because I was thinking today about manifesting. That's what this channel is about. Permission to live in the end. I'm, you know, inspired by Neville Goddard. I talk about him all the time. He is a mentee of mine. I consider him to be on my team as far as, you know, my business and what I'm doing. And I was just thinking about manifesting and thinking about, you know, some of the possible hindrances to why people are not, why they're quitting on their desired outcomes. You know, what's going on? What are some of the hindrances? And one of the things that stood out to me had everything to do with what I just shared with you, which was perhaps it's because you're lowballing yourself in the particular dreams and desired outcomes that you have. And it doesn't feel comfortable, that doesn't even feel comfortable. So it's not going to manifest because you're lowballing yourself to begin with. And your dreams and your visions and your desired outcomes are so much bigger than what you're thinking about right now, that until you recognize and understand that, as I had 2 years ago, that nothing's really going to move because, the space that you're in, your body knows your body, your soul, your mind, your spirit, whatever you want to call it, it knows when you are not in alignment, so to speak, if you know what that term means, um, with what your true desires are, with what you truly want. It knows. And so I'm just going to put this out there, and I encourage you to stop and pay attention to whether or not possibly it could be that you're going through hindering yourself or quitting, not fulfilling your desired dreams and outcomes, all of this because you're lowballing yourself. So I just wanted to provide an example of how years ago I was lowballing myself, y'all. I was lowballing myself. And then, like I said, I had to go through a little something because I saw what the market was saying, my position, you know, what the market was for that role. But regardless of what the market was saying, I still had to make the jump in my heart to what I put down on that piece of paper. And when I did, immediate, you know, return on making that jump. But then when I sat down to have the interview, they offered even more. So just wanted to stop by and share yet another practical example of the assumptions you're making inside of your mind, the assumptions you're making about yourself, the inner conversations you're having, the conceptions that you're forming in your mind about yourself are creating your reality and creating what you're experiencing in your external environment. This is Lisa Scott. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to like, to comment, to share, and to subscribe. And I'll see you on the next video.